Hello everyone, my name is Lindsay. Welcome back to another Bitcoin price analysis. I haven't got my, this is my face up here. I'm not really dressed appropriately for the video, so I'm just going to be doing a off-screen video. And okay, so today we're just going to focus mainly on the technical analysis. Okay, so previously I had drawn a few, like a ascending triangle formation over here, but I'm gonna go back from the basics and we'll look at this previous channel. So we had this consolidation period which began, at first it was like a horizontal channel, but then we could see it as a descending channel. After a while it kept on going down, down, down. So yeah, so we've drawn in this descending channel here on the Bitcoin USD price, starting back in around the 22nd of May. It could have actually started around the 19th of May. It started if you draw this line a bit further backwards, about there. And it's a descending channel, and it's broken out of this on the 23rd of July. It's broken up, and we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and now we're on the 10th day of green bars. Okay, so whether this will close green, it's hard to say yet. It could very well. Okay, so looking now at the 4-hour chart, go a bit closer. Move that across a bit. So we had this quite a few days here of just straddling the 40,000 level mark, 40,000 level, and so yeah, as you can see, the 40,000 level is just there where the dotted line is. And okay, so last night, or morning for you in America, well, it came down and then tested the bottom. Also, at first I thought it was just a horizontal channel as well, or I actually drew a triangle formation like this. Because you could do that as well. I mean, you can look at it a number of ways. So if you drew this channel and then the horizontal line across, it was like a rising triangle, but an ascending triangle there. But yeah, it did a false break there. You could call it a false break, and then it went up. If you're looking at it like a triangle formation. Okay, but a better way of looking at it would be, again, a descending channel. Very similar to this other one on the larger scale, like a similar gradient, and almost perpendicular there. I mean, sorry, almost parallel. This line and this line almost parallel there, the angle. Okay, so yeah, so we had this descending triangle, and it's broken out this morning, just in the last see the hourly chart. Just in the past 4 or 5 hours, it has broken out of this descending channel. Alright, so we need to look at now the resistance points. Where may it find resistance and what to do next. So if you're just doing weekly long-term trades, you've got nothing to be concerned with. Basically, you're just going to keep. So this is the weekly chart. I've got the Ichimoku cloud in there. A little bit messy with those Fibonacci. I'll take off the Fibonacci retracement points, which I had on the. I had a Fibonacci drawn in there the other day for this, just to see whether this was how far that was going to go down to. Looks like it went down to about the 50% level. Is here, the bottom of the channel here. 50% retracement level. Didn't quite get to the 0.618, depending on how you draw it though, I guess. And so it hovered along the 0.38, it hit the 0.382 on the top of the channel, put the 50% down the bottom of the channel there, just here. Okay, so I'll take off that Fibonacci retracement area, so it's a bit clearer to see. Okay, go back to the weekly. I've got another one here as well. A few of them on there. Okay, so weekly, so it didn't actually even hit this Ichimoku cloud on the weekly, so it's all green still, and as long as it stays above this cloud, you're fine if you're doing a long-term trade on the weekly. Daily, let's see the Ichimoku cloud on the daily. So Ichimoku cloud on the daily is still red, so it's been red since back in 20th of May, and it hasn't come out of this red yet, but it looks like it is about to form a new bar above the cloud, which is good. Good for the bulls. Some people enter above the cloud, even if it's red. It's best to wait till it's green though. But if you want to be early, you can trade once the bar forms above the cloud. I'm not a financial advisor though, so anything I say is just for informational purposes. Do your own due diligence whenever you do a trade. I've got a disclaimer in the description as well. Okay, so yeah, I mean, I'm not always right. I don't say I'm always right. I mean, I don't even know what percentage I may be right, but I usually use what's the word, indicators and graphing features just as a guide. Usually the indicators I use and the like for example Fibonacci retracements, for them to hit there, hover it, bounce back. Usually it occurs at least 60% of the time. Descending channels, it would break up from descending channels probably more than 50% of the time, otherwise people wouldn't use them. Yeah, so there's a certain percentage of success which would be above break even using these kind of graphing features and indicators. Okay, so on the daily still, and so it's definitely going to retrace at some point. So let's have a look at some of the MAs. So I'll put in the moving averages, go down to the, so on the daily, that's the main one to look at really. So not money flow, sorry, moving average, and okay, I've done too many there. Let's close that off. It's stuck on the 9, so I'll just go back to the format and inputs. This will be put 100, I'll do 100 and a 200 MA. And close. So that's this blue one here. I'll make it a bit darker so we can see it. A lot darker there. So the dark blue one's the 100 MA, and I'll do a 200 MA. Moving average exponential there, very good as well for example the lower, like 8 and the 9 and the 20 exponential movies. Moving average, I'll do another one for the 200 now. I'll make that a red one, that color will do. And input 200. Okay. Actually, and a 20 is always good to have a look at as well. So make this, I've got the 20 up there already, so I'll make that a bit darker. You can actually see that, so I'll do that again. But anyway, so looking just at the 100 and 200, 50 is also very good to have. You know, the 50 crossing the 200 back here. Where was that? Sorry, I'll just get the 50 up there first before I have a look at it. 50, I'll make it a golden one. Because the golden crosses when the 50 goes upwards through the 200 and down, and the death cross when it goes down through it. So I'll just get the yellow color is fine. Make it 50. Okay, that will do. All right, so yeah, so they call that the death cross when the 50 goes down through the 100 MA. I had that here, 200 MA, back on the 19th of June. And they're both curving, it's curving upwards again now, so this 50 MA is curving back upwards, 200 is flat, so yeah, the 50, probably the next week or two, 50 may cross it for the golden cross. I'm not sure, maybe around, I guess, 12th of August perhaps. It's hard to say how steep this will climb, may even be 20th of August, it's hard to say. We possibly will get a golden crossover, 50 to that 200 MA. Okay, so there's something else that's causing a bit of resistance here. I haven't quite seen it yet, so probably maybe a line somewhere between 100 and 200 on the moving averages. It can also be other factors like the actual price. So yeah, so for big numbers such as, and also we've got 44,000, 45,000 up here. It would probably be around the, so probably 44,500 is around the 200 MA, where that would need to get to cross that. It may even drop a little bit lower, it's hard to say, but probably around 44,500 for the 200 MA. And it came up to the 42,323. Not really a significant number. 42,323. 42323. Yeah. Okay, so let's just have a look on the daily for any other points where it may have there may have been some resistance or support. So, because as you know, resistance becomes support if it breaks through it on the upside. Okay, and vice versa on the downside. Support becomes resistance if it goes downwards. So we're going upwards now, so looking at previous support lines, there was one up there, there was one here, and there. There's one a bit below that. 40,000, of course. Okay, so just put that one there just as another. Well, that one's basically going to be where the 200 MA is anyway. So where this one was support just here, and resistance here. So resistance at first, and then it became support. Bounced up, down, and then it break straight through there on that. That's a very red week we had back there in May. So it most likely will be a bit of resistance because of the fact that it's also aligning with the 200 moving average. This area here around 44, basically a whole lot of fours, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 3, and just below the 45,000 mark. 45, yeah. So somewhere there's some resistance. It could very well just push through it, but most likely there'll be some sort of resistance. Below that, it's hard to say. It could. I don't think it's going to reverse just where it is. So most likely push up a bit further. We have had some news on options. Bitcoin bulls control Friday's 1.7 billion monthly options expiry. Yeah, so Bitcoin surge above 40,000 boosted the bulls' advantage in this month's 1.7 billion options expiry, as you can see there on Cointelegraph's news. And yeah, so July future contracts also exert some influence bulls are in complete control, they're saying, and yeah, so that looks bullish with the monthly options expiry. Options expiry very well may have been part of the bear market back there in May, but at the moment it's looking bullish. Alright, so that's really all I wanted to cover for Bitcoin. We can see a few other indicators here. The RSI is very high at the moment. Very high. So that could indicate some kind of pullback may come soon. I think I've put this indicator on an error, this one. I don't need to have that one. We'll look at the stochastics. They sometimes give some kind of indicator of when it's overbought, oversold. So stochastics is saying it's very high as well. So RSI and stochastics are high at the moment, like overbought kind of indicator. But if we go back to the bear market there, it was very high at the start there, came down, it was in the overbought area for a couple of days. So just because it's up there doesn't mean it's going to be instant. Looking at the daily charts here, so here it's oversold. It was in the oversold area from say it hit there on the 12th, and it kept on going lower and lower. 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th is all oversold area, so it could very well be up here in the overbought area for 27th, 28th, 30th. Could be up there for another day or two. It's hard to say how long, but yeah, just be prepared for a possible retracement. I don't want to put a damper on anything, but there could very well be a retracement anytime, sometime between where it is now, and most likely we get some kind of retracement around the 45,000 or 44,443 area, and then it'll probably come down to around the 50% level. If we put the Fibonacci retracement on there, if I can find that again, there it is. Okay, so it's at the bottom of this current move up, and we can only estimate at this stage where the top is, but if we estimate it's going to be around the 200 MA. So put that up there, in line approximately with the 200 MA. So most likely we'll get a hit up there somewhere, and it'll come down to the 0.382. If it just goes to the 0.382 or the 38% retracement level, that's about 39,000. It could retrace down to 39,000, and it could go down to 50% retracement level, would be 37,000, and then the 0.618 retracement level, which as you can see is pretty much aligned with the 50 MA at the moment. That one will be about 35,300. Okay, so yeah, if you're doing leverage trading and you've got a liquidation point around the 35,000 level mark, just be careful of a retracement if you're doing leverage trading. And so you'd have to always have a plan B, so it's not going to keep going upwards forever. So if there is a retracement and it comes down steeply, you may want to either put more funds in the trade or temporarily close it. It's really up to you. You need to work out your own strategy as to how you do that. Okay. So not many, well, they're getting more, but not many have stop loss points. It's not very easy to put stop loss points in here on, for example, Binance. You can do stop loss trades though. You can enter a trade to do a stop loss. but it's not as clear as something like a MetaTrader 4. Okay, so that where if you've been trading Forex, crypto trading, setting the stop loss and the take profit points, not as clear, but they can be done still. Okay, so, but I've just been doing them manually, because I'm doing, in Forex, I used to do day trading a lot, but in cryptocurrency, I'm staying away from day trading so much as doing long-term trades, adding to the position, buy cost averaging. It's something you can do in something like Bitcoin, where it's generally it's been about a 200% increase year by year. It most likely will break the trend some year in the future. There is a 4-year cycle, as you know, with Bitcoin. There's a Bitcoin halving every 4 years. The last halving was last year, and the bull market usually begins the next year after the halving, about 8 months I think it is afterwards, but I don't know the exact number of months in general, but yeah, so next halving will be around 2023, and so 2024 should be another bull market if these cycles continue. If there's worldwide adoption, if there's mass adoption in companies, then there'll be less of a down cycle, so downwards part of the cycle. Okay, so things may change, as you know, change is the only certainty. Okay, all right, that's about it for today. I hope that gave you some insight about the current market and where we are. It's good. I'm glad to see that Bitcoin is breaking above this 40,000 level. We've been in this consolidation period for quite some time, so break above the 42,000 where we currently are sitting. 42,000. That's another reason for the little pause at the moment. 42,000 is a big level. Okay, so that's where we've been. Yeah, that's the channel we've been in about. So it's the bears are saying let's stay in the channel, but no, I think the bulls will win this one, and it's trying to break above this 42,000 level. But the next resistance point will be this 200 moving average. Okay, so if we can get above this 42,000 level, the next one will be the 44, around 44 and a half. Yeah, and most likely, if it doesn't break through that clearly, there will be some kind of retracement. If I get my pen, brush, yeah, so I think it'll most likely push up and then maybe do something like that. Hit the 40,000 again. Anything could happen around the 40,000 level. It could go down to the 50% level, could go down to 6.618. And then, I'm not sure what will happen here, but something like that. Who knows? Probably wouldn't. Yeah, who knows what's going to happen, but that's a very rough look about on the daily. What one possibility that could happen. Yeah, and then I'll keep on going. Up. Or, oh my gosh, it's too... I didn't mean to draw it over there. Let's go back a bit. There we go. Okay, well, thanks for watching, and like and subscribe if you got something beneficial out there.